What's going on, y'all? This is Chris Simon here from BTST Services, a part of our Mental Health Plus Care campaign. You know, right now this is the month of May, and this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I am joined today by a talent, artist, actor, whatever. You know, this guy's full of talent, so who knows what will add to the end of this, what he'll continue to add to the end of his. But I got my guy, Mr. Gata, here today. How you doing?
Bipolar.
What up? What up? How you doing, man? Reporting live from the West Coast, man. It's my pleasure.
Hey man, that's good. That's awesome, man. I'm doing well.
I
Locked in the
telephone
house,
down's been
quarantine. How
sidelined.
about you?
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, man. Quarantine, lockdown, but I like to say this virus can lock down the body, but it can't lock down the mind. So I'm staying creative, got my juices flowing.
Yeah. So that's actually one question I was going to ask. Well, I didn't have all my questions, but being a creative, I'm a creative. Obviously, you're a creative. How are you using this downtime right now? Do you feel like it's hurting you creatively, like you can't get out and express, and or you can't even consume, or you can consume because
First and foremost, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. This quarantine lockdown, probably the best thing that ever happened to me, especially with this new profound fame and everything that's about to be coming at me. Number one, I'm sitting in the house getting my finances right. You hear me? I'm sitting down, I'm saving my money. I'm thinking like the people around me that I work with is business minded, and I'm just making sure I make the right steps financially as I move forward in my career. Number two, I got enough time on my world, enough time on my hands to make anything that I want to make possible. So I'm working on a cartoon. I'm working on my album. Me and Dave, we're collabing, talking about season 2. It's just so many things I'm doing. I'm working on my merch store. My merch store is out. I've been doing a lot of fan engagement, man. So I've been busier than I ever been in my whole entire career, lockdown or not, man. This is like the best time of my life. Even though I'm in the house and all that, but I'm popping, homie.
yeah, no, for me, and what I found from a lot of people as well is that this is that needed time that everybody's been saying, man. If I had time, or once I get some time, and that time has always been pushed off because something more pertinent takes place at that time. But this is that time now where you're forced to be in the house and you're forced to focus on all the stuff that you were just skipping over on a daily basis because everything seemed more important. But one thing you did say, your new fame, your new notoriety that you're getting. I'm gonna first off say congratulations on the success of the show, Dave. People have been calling you the
Thank you.
breakout star of the year. How have you been adjusting to all of this, being a TV star, not just known for your musical talent right now?
Well, first and foremost, like I like to say this, you always gotta believe in yourself. That I tell everybody that, like, it don't matter what you're doing, just always believe in yourself. That's how you make others believe in you, and you draw larger crowds and you get more support that way. But as far as being an actor, I didn't know I was gonna be an actor. But a star, I knew I was gonna be a star. I just didn't know I was gonna be in front of the TV and just acting. I always knew I was gonna be good though. I knew I was gonna make it. I knew I was gonna have fans and all that, but I just didn't know it was gonna happen this way. But I'm handling it well though.
Yeah. So a lot of so in the show, you're playing Dave, which is Little Dicky's best friend and hype man. Um,
Yep.
so this is very true to real life, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%, man. I'm his backbone. I'm his swag coach. All of that.
So how did the whole situation just come about? Like Dave got the show and was like, yo, I don't know nobody better to be this person than you, or how did it come about?
I'm gonna tell you the real, man. This is Hollywood. This is business. So I had to audition to be myself because my guy, he was taking this process and thinking about it and going about it like Phil Jackson or, Bobby Knight, one of the great coaches, So he's really want to orchestrate his team. And when I say team, I'm talking about the cast members. So I had to audition. There was other actors, professional actors that have been acting for 8 years, 10 years, and they auditioned before me, played my role. I mean, auditioned for my role. But just the energy, just the facial expressions, the tone, the way I say words, I don't know if they couldn't deliver. So I guess it was just only me that could be me, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be me, you got to be bipolar. So I don't know if none of them other actors was bipolar, man, but I was, and I am. So I feel like that plays a lot into me having a lot of the success that I have. Like being a hype man, for example. I'm hype all the time. I'm always like turned up. I'm always having fun, always in a good mood. And what's so crazy is people always be telling me like, man, you be hype. You have a lot of energy. But I didn't know I was bipolar until 10 years ago. So all the time people telling me my hype, I was just being bipolar, just being myself, didn't even realize it.
Yeah. I said more so like just in a consistent manic stage where you're just always up.
Yeah. So once I realized that I was bipolar, once I was diagnosed, I got the proper help. I went through several different medicines, like probably like 11 different pills and all that. But there were two stages to my bipolarness and my breakdown and me discovering it because I've been bipolar for 10 years. The first probably about 8 years of it, I didn't know. I was young. I was on the road with Tyga, Gym Class Heroes, Fall Out Boy. I was traveling the whole world, getting myself ready for the fame and the success that I have today. And I had a mental breakdown. When I stopped working with Tyga, man, I was depressed. I was stressed out every day. I was broke as fuck. Uh, I was like just grinding every day trying to make shit happen, and I was just going off my past connections and my resources that I have because I'm very smart, I'm very intelligent. So I know how to conduct and keep a great relationship going as far as business. So with that being said, one day, Tiger's old manager that used to manage us, he hit me up one day and said, "Yo, I got this new artist. His name is Lil Dicky. He's from the Bay Area. No, he's from Philly. He just moved to the Bay, and he's rapping and all that. And I want you to link up with him." So fast forward till me meeting him, I just became his hype man. He didn't like me at first though because I was gander and I was wiggling when I first met him. I had a fake cameraman with me. I had a fake personal assistant.
Yeah.
It was crazy though, man. But it just all worked out though, man. Opposites attract, man. Me and Dickie are like totally the opposite. That's why I think we get along so well.
Yeah. I want to get into that, and I want to get into the bipolar stuff, man. I appreciate you sharing that, by the way. But first, I want to get to know. I want our viewers, the people watching this, to get to know you a little bit as well. So, you're saying Dickie was from Philly and moved out to the Bay, but where are you from?
I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I'm from LA, like,
Okay.
Staples Center, Kobe, Shaq, all that. I'm from LA, man. West Coast.
Okay. And how did you get into the industry? I know you were just speaking about Tiger and touring with them. You guys actually had like a group or something like that?
Yeah, we started an independent label called GED INC, which I'm the CEO founder of. We just grinding. We linked up. We was doing music. Tiger got his big break through an artist named Travis McCoy. He sings a song, "Take a Look at My Girlfriend. She's the only one I got." So he took him on tour, and he was on tour with him for a couple months. And then Tiger hit me like, "Yo, bro, this is a crazy lifestyle, man. You got to get on this road with me." I'm like, "Dude, you're out there. What the fuck? Let me get on the road with you too." So Tiger stayed. He was real. He was pure, and he took me on the road with him when he came back. And I've been tapped in the game ever since, man. I'm not even gonna lie, but I definitely have my ups and downs though, man.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. So in the movie, so now you met Dave, and then
I like how you said that in the movie. Yeah, our life is a movie. I like that.
it's a movie, bro. This is just a short. Like the TV show is just a segment of that.
Hey, you want to? My bad. I'm sorry to cut you off during this interview and all that, but I'm feeling good. But look, hey, one of the dopest things that I heard the other day, somebody said to me today was like, "Man, you know what's so crazy? You guys really just turned a YouTube rapper and his homie into TV stars."
Yeah.
Like when you really think about it, like Dickie went from being a YouTube sensation to becoming a professional rapper to getting the TV show. Like, how ironic is that?
Yeah, you know what? When I first started watching it, it gave me like half baked vibes. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Everybody just like casually, just like kicking it and kicking it, and like the type of funniness that it was. It just gave me all
Yeah.
half baked vibe. I'm not calling you Dave Chappelle, which wouldn't be a bad thing either, but it definitely gave me those half baked vibes.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you, bro.
So in the show, you play, like we were saying, how much of that is actually your life? Is it, is it how much of it's made up and how much of it is real, like you guys in action?
I'm gonna keep it all the way funky, man. All my parts is about 98.9% true. It's TV, so it had to be altered a little bit. But everything you've seen in there, as far as the scenarios, I really went through that. Really in the hospital, really strapped to the bed, really got a police officer right there. Except for they left out the tasers. I was really handcuffed to the bed and the bench. They had the tasers on me and all that. But everything you've seen in there, though, I really went through. Even the store incident, me getting into it with the dude beefing with me in the neighborhood. I used to get in so many local LA beefs just because I'm Gata. Like, it's just crazy. Like, but yeah, everything that you've seen in there is pretty much true, especially Lil Dicky too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's very open like that. You know what I'm saying? He talks about his insecurities, and that's why he wanted to make a show so he could put his real life on TV, man. I just love the way he presented it.
That is awesome. So you guys have this one episode, which you were talking about, when you were in the shoe store.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of like when you had like an episode there.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you the real situation, though. I was coming home from tour one day. This is probably like 10 years ago. I've been in the game for a while. I'm an OG, triple OG, young OG. But I was on the road and I came home and I was off like alcohol. And this was the time I found out that I was bipolar. So I had took my medicine, whatever the case may be, but I also had went to the studio and turned up. But I didn't tell nobody at the studio that I was on my meds, my Xanax. I had took like my regular dosage, which was probably like 2 or 3 pills. But I also was abusing the situation because I was feeling good. I'm drinking alcohol, champagne, and whatever the case may be. I like tripped out at the studio, fucked up the studio, messed up all the equipment. The white people kicked me out the mansion. Then after that, my homies, they're like, damn, Gata, you bugging, bro. What's up, man? We know you doing good. We know you on, but like, what's good, bro? And then I'm like, man, just take me to the house. So after that, we go back to the block. I go to my mom's house. I'm in there talking to my mom. Mom, I'm on. Yeah, I just came back from tour. Wooty, woo, wooty. I'm just chemical imbalance, right? You know, I had the medicine and I had the alcohol in my system. So I'm talking to my mom like I'm Superman. Like, you hear me? Like I got $100 million. So I really break a laptop in front of my mom that I just bought 2 days before. So, yeah, I was really tripping. My mama had to call the police on me. My mom called the, damn. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, my mom had called the sheriffs on me, man. The sheriffs really came to my house. I was really riling, man. My boy came and see me in a very vulnerable state. I was in the house tripping, shirt off, probably had my drawers off too. I was really out my body, though. And I ain't even going to front up here and say like the not real story. Like I really been in that room, that padded room with the camera watching you for 72 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like when people talk about mental health, like I'm really the spokesperson because I really didn't been in that situation as far as them sliding that burrito under the door, you walking through the hall and you hearing other people getting injected with needles and all that. And that's what made me realize that, hold on, I'm bipolar, but I'm not crazy. You hear me? I got my ups and downs, but I'm not really crazy. I'm a very smart, high intelligent person. So once y'all get me out of here, I'm going to take my medicine. I'm going to do my therapy and it's all good. I'm going to deal with this condition. But I'm so glad that I really took it serious though. Cause there's a lot of people that have mental problems and they just ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad you said that. And again, we were just talking offline about that.
I'm so sorry for rambling, bro, but I'm just feeling good today, bro. Season 2 coming out, bro. Season 2, I got a lot to say.
It's all good, man. Let this be your platform, man. I'm lucky to be here with you right now. But like our hat, like we were just talking about, it says, I'm not crazy. Because, yes, while we all go, what we have to understand about mental health is that we all are impacted by mental health in some capacity. It doesn't make you crazy. If you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure, that doesn't make you crazy in the physical health world. So just because you have a mental health diagnosis doesn't make you crazy in mental health world. You know, so we all go through that. So I appreciate you telling your story because it's going to be helpful to a lot of people who are going through similar things, but feel like they're on their own and feel like there's no point of reference or nobody I can talk to or nobody I can reference who've gone through this. I know it wasn't the most easiest thing for you to come out to do and tell your story, though.
Oh, definitely not.
In one interview, you were like, yo, this is the music industry. Like, this is not something you just come out and talk about. So what, you know, I saw you also said about when you decided to take this seriously and really start, you know, seeking treatment and wanting to speak about it when you realized how it was impacting those people around you. Was there
For sure.
Was it just a culmination of multiple events, or was there one event that stood out that made you like, you know what, I'm really ready to talk about this and I don't care what the industry says?
Well, yeah, it was 2 incidents. It was family and friends. Number one, I started losing my friends, my day ones that I was close with. You know what I'm saying? So I had to reevaluate myself. And I was thinking like, okay, maybe it's not me. Maybe it is me. Maybe it's them. But once I started losing friends after the whole bipolar thing came out, once I started telling people 10 years ago, that's when I figured out, okay, I got a problem. I need to take this serious because people are really straying away from me just because of the stigma and just because they're not ready to understand. And then number two, most importantly, fuck my friends, my family, my mama and my sister. I was making them cry, breaking them down, you know, on a daily basis, just because I'm high-headed. I probably thought I knew it all. I wasn't in my right state of mind. Because when you bipolar and you really trying to get something accomplished and you on a path, you ain't got the time to be sitting here thinking about what somebody else thinks. You feel me? Because you so caught up in your own thoughts. So once I got past that, like, okay, I need to slow down. I need to take a breather and listen to other people and stuff. So what if they don't believe in the same thing that I believe in? Or, you know, so what if they don't believe in me? Like, I still got to take the time out to listen, you know, and not just be so me. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can imagine that was a difficult thing to do, because the one thing, like when you're a creator and a visionary, which you obviously are, it's like
Let me say one more thing before I cut you off. I'm sorry, man. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but there are a lot of bipolar people that are geniuses. I just want to say that because you said creative.
No, man. Listen, I get it. It's because to go to those levels of creation that you do, you have to go to a hypomanic state. You know, this is when you're creating the most. You know, I'm not bipolar, but I get in a very creative space and I just get locked in, and I could see what would be weird. You know, because we're creating, and that takes me back to what I was about to say. Is like, even before I was in mental health, I owned a clothing store, right? And I was young. I was coming out of high school, and nobody believed that this clothing store was me, right? Or that
Right.
I was going to take it to the level in which I did. And so people were just looking down on you. They're overlooking you. You're walking by there hollering at somebody else thinking that they're the owner and something like that. So you build up this fuel inside of you like, yo, I can't wait to show them I'm going to level up and this is going to be over. And when it's over, whatever, you know? And so that just sends you into this place where you just want to create nonstop just to prove people wrong.
Man.
So, and when I saw that episode when you were going off about they don't even know who I am, it's all about to be me. I could see that combination between drive, ambition, and the episode. You know?
Yep. And going manic. Yeah, it was all tied in, bro.
Yeah. And that typically happens a lot. How do you now deal with, because obviously you're not at the level you want to be from as it relates to an actor yet. You're breaking in, you're getting a lot of hype, but I know that you have a lot more ambitions for your music career, your acting career. So still having that same passion and wanting to create, how are you balancing that? How are you better managing that now?
Well, I always think it's two sides to that, because I always think about where I'm going, where I want to go, and where I came from. So, number one, when I think about where I came from, I'm like, hold on. I ain't supposed to be on TV. I grew up with no mother, no father. I ain't know my real mom, no dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I was a foster child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even supposed to be in this situation. So that's how I look at it like that. Like, okay, the odds are stacked against me. You feel me? Like, so I just be like, man, it's a blessing. And then I always think about, okay, I still want more. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy for me to get caught up in the situation that I'm in now. Like, you know what? Season 1, damn, look at my bank account. Man, I ain't even got to rap no more. I ain't even got to do this no more. But it's not even about that. It's about me still wanting to accomplish the things that I wanted to do when I was 6 years old. Like drop an album like this platinum plaque behind me, like with Lil Dicky name on it. You feel me? I got to drop one with my name on it. So when I wake up every day and I see these plaques and see stuff that I really want to accomplish, and like you see how Dicky put me on, I want to do that for somebody else. I want to be like, damn, I made this person's dreams come true. And I'm happier for them, more happier for them than I am for myself. Because when I see the excitement that Lil Dicky gets when he talks about me being on and being like a star now, it just makes me feel like, damn, I want to feel that. Just like how I know how he felt when he went platinum, when he went gold, or when he sold out concerts. Just like certain little feelings you want to feel as a person, as an artist, as a businessman. So I just always think about the future. That's how I balance it. I always think about the past, like, okay, this is where I came from. Congratulations, you did it. And then it's, okay, now I got to keep going. So that's all. It's a marathon.
Yeah. So no, that's great. I completely understand that, because once you achieve your goals, you got to keep setting new ones, because you don't get complacent.
Yeah, and never let the money get to you. That's what it's about too. Never let the money get to you, because like I said, a nigga can easily just be like, damn, nigga, like, shit, I'm straight. Like, I ain't like, fuck, I can go hide. I ain't got to do shit. Nigga just party all day. Like, nigga just live his life. Like, but it's not about that. Like, once you here, you got to stay here.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to talk to you about how you stay there, but there's one thing I want to ask as well. Just thinking about this because, like you were talking about that experience, that feeling, and like the partying and everything. So when you're on stage, I have my organization. We just partnered with the Grammys. They're
Mm-hmm.
me to do an event here in Baltimore, and I had my guy Rico Love here. I had there was several artists that came through, and one of the things we were talking about was music, the connection between music and mental health. And
Right.
you were talking about how when you go out on the stage, it's like affirmation for you when people are getting up and they're screaming and they're excited to see you. That provides a level of validation and affirmation for you. Like it does. Like fans get something from the experience, but the artists get something from the experience because
Oh
of
yeah.
everything like that, right? But then when you go off on the stage, when the show is over and you go back to being a normal person that deals with normal stresses, that deal with realities and bills and social interactions and stuff like that, you kind of miss that or you can go to a restaurant and you're overlooked, but on stage you're the man. How do you balance the two lives like that?
Like me personally, I try to separate the two. Like always tap in with my moms and my sister when I feel like I'm going too far off the deep end or I'm feeling like, okay, I'm a celebrity or, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard not to think about you being a successful person or whatever the case may be, whether you on the stage, off the stage. But like when you on stage, you said you get that validation from the fans. That's like the ultimate high, you know what I mean? Like it makes you feel good and you don't ever want to not feel that. But even when you off the stage, like now it's like I'm at a certain level, bro, to where I don't even when I'm off the stage, it's like I don't even feel like a regular person, bro. To be honest with you, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. It's like I guess I reached that point, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even when I'm in my downtime, I'm on my couch, dude, doing fan engagement for hours and hours. I get like shout outs all day where they pay me to shout them out. You know, just little simple stuff, little small stuff. I'm over here getting like hella bank off of it. It makes me feel like not like a regular person. So it's really hard for me like to take the two apart because I've been wanting this my whole life, you know? Like that's why my name is Gata, going against the average, GATA. That's what it stands for. I don't want to be average. I don't want to be regular. I don't ever want to feel like that.
No, but yeah, no, I'm more so, and I definitely understand that. I'm speaking about like the moments where like when you put the phone down and you're off stage and it's just you, like, and you're used to that. Everybody's around, they loving me, and then it's you, and then you go through a situation with one of your buddies because whatever, or you're going through a situation with a family member, and it's like, man, you might not feel that same level of appreciation from the people around you that you're feeling from them. How are you balancing that? Because those are two starkly different places.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You talking about work love versus real love.
Yeah, kinda, but you like that work love. You like what it brings you. But then when
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not working, then
I'm gonna keep it all the way G with you, bro. Anytime I got funk with anybody that's I really love or somebody that don't praise me as Gator or anybody that I get into a combative argument with or whether it's my mom, my sister, my girl, my homies, that's my big homies and all that, I love it. Because you know why? They still care. When we beefing, when we arguing, not seeing eye to eye, let me know like, okay, we're still emotionally connected. We still care about each other enough to the point to where we're mad at each other right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you love me, don't you? Like, you want to have an argument or disagree with me so you can let me know I'm wrong or I'm letting you know you're wrong. Vice versa. When somebody ever call me out on my bullshit and they my family, my friends, I love it. Like, I love that more. To be honest with you, I love when my family and friends call me out more than versus the fans praising me because the smoke and mirrors. The smoke and mirrors, bro. I know the fans ain't gonna be here forever, but I'm trying to enjoy it now, though.
Yeah. What it sounds like you're saying is you understand the hype man, the yes man, and all that stuff around you, and you like that real connection.
Oh yeah, I definitely love the downtime and all that and stuff like that, where I get to engage with my family and my friends and have real conversations. Because, like I said, I'm at a point to where I've been doing music and been chasing this dream for so long. To be honest, I actually love when I don't talk about music. I love when I don't talk about being on stage. You know what I'm saying? I love like just talking about other stuff besides being a rapper or an artist or, you know what I mean? And another thing too, it's crazy. Like, this is what's so crazy. Like, before I got to this position, I will always want to talk about money. Like, damn, I'm trying to get some money, man. Like, man, I want to get rich. I want to get rich. I want to, like, man, I need a bag. Like, this is what I want. Like, but now I hate talking about bread. You feel me? I don't like talking about it because now I realize this with my family, my friends, and even fans. When you talk about money and you at a certain level, you could rub people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in a room with my family and I'm over here talking about, oh man, I just got a wire for $250,000. It's just like, you get some stuff just don't need to be said. You know what I mean? Because it's
and it's true to you and it's authentic to you and you're excited.
Yeah.
It's just casual combo for you, not even saying it in a flex.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I be having to filter that.
Everybody doesn't get it, and you're not different. You're not changed. Just everybody can't relate, and it seems like you're understanding.
Yeah, it's like the same conversations that I have with Lil Dicky about bread. I can't have the same conversation with my day ones about bread. You know what I mean? It's just like, it sucks, but it's just like, fuck, man. That's one thing I be having a hard time dealing with right now, bro.
How are you dealing with that? Because, you know, it's difficult when these have been your day one. So this has been people that when you get signed, you want to call and be like, yo, let's go celebrate.
Yeah.
But now there's certain heights that you can't share necessarily.
Yeah. And it's like crazy because like we're at that height to where people expect and assume. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on TV like every other day. So people automatically think, oh, this nigga rich. This nigga rich. He on there with Young Thug and Khloe Kardashian and he up there with Lil Dicky. It's just like, I'm dealing with that. And then I'm dealing with knowing how to hold my tongue back in certain rooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. I'm a real nigga at the end of the day. I be in all type of environments. I be with the killers, the robbers, the therapists, the lawyers, the doctors. So I don't want to be talking about some type of major move in the wrong room and it might rub somebody the wrong way. And I might end up getting in a bad situation. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm really starting to realize that I got to filter some shit these days, you know?
Yeah, bro. Like you're more aware and knowledge of, one, your mental health and understand what you need to do to keep yourselves out of situations that could be like, that could create situations to impact you, you know? So you're creating these safe spaces and understanding how to manage your relationships, which is a great thing. You know what I'm saying? I would guess that it wasn't always that way.
Yeah, it wasn't always that way. That's why I say it's hard for me, bro, because I'm used to talking about what the fuck we about to get off the dollar menu in. What's up with the $2 for $1 cigarettes and shit? Like, I come from that type of struggle, bro. Like, I really been at the rock bottom. So for a nigga to shoot up here and then have to change his thought process, even though I already knew I was headed this direction, it's just like, it's crazy when you actually hear.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. So one thing that has been helpful for a lot of people in dealing with bipolar and just success in general is therapy, you know, having a safe space where they can talk to someone. Are you currently in therapy? And if so, what was that process like of getting started for you?
Well, the process wasn't easy at first. 10 years ago when I first found out, I'm like, Mom, I don't want to go talk to this lady about all my problems. She going to be judging me. She don't need to know I ain't know my dad or my mom. And she don't need to know that whoop. She already see I got weed in my piss. And she already know I'm bipolar. I don't want to tell her everything else. Like, so I was embarrassed, you know what I mean? But then moms and them, they, you know, got me to a couple of sessions. But then I stopped going. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. But fast forward to today, I had a manic breakdown in front of Lil Dicky. And him being the great friend that he is, he stopped production, made FX, stopped the filming for 2 weeks, checked me into one of the finest celebrity private hospitals on the beach. I had like 5 butlers in there, 4 nurses, and I was really getting tended to, like really making sure I was eating the right stuff. They weren't just, all right, here's this pill. They was really making sure I had the right medication and all that. But with that being said, it was embarrassing at first, but I just had to make sure I had that support system. You know what I mean? When I realized I had that support behind me, I wasn't embarrassed no more. Like when my mom and my sister and Dickie and Hertz was letting me know it's going to be all good. Share your story. You got help now. You good. And you're going to be helping others by sharing your story. That's what made me feel comfortable, man.
That's awesome, man. And what you're saying that this place seemed to have done, which is great, is that.
Oh yeah, my bad. Let me share one more thing about the therapy, because this mental health awareness month. So let me give you all some tips and advice that I use, man.
I got a space for the tips.
Okay, there we go. You got a space for the tips. Let's go.
I got a space for the tips. I want you to, because there are a lot of people who deal with the stigma of it, and I think you have some great points I want you to give. But what I want to say is about like the place where a lot of people, especially in like African American communities, we have been hesitant about mental health services was one, medicine. We're like, oh, you're going to put me on these pills. I'm not crazy and nothing's wrong with me. But once you start getting proper medication management and people are able to explain and educate you about what you should be eating, why this pill, what is this pill does, what's the difference between a stimulant and a depressant, you know what I'm saying? All of these things. You will then now feel more comfortable taking it. You won't feel like, hey, I'm just being drugged and this is just going to sedate me. No, this helps you balance the chemicals that are in your brain that are leading to these behaviors. So it sounds like you got great medication management, and that's one thing.
I'm very aware of my medicine. I know when I'm ramping up, like I know right after I finish this interview, I'm feeling so good and excited that I do need a mood stabilizer, bro, because I'm feeling good now. Like words trigger me, emotions trigger me, like certain situations trigger me to where I feel like just more excited or more happier than the norm. Like right now, I'm very excited. I'm feeling good.
When I'm hearing you speak, it's so funny that you're just using your passive language right now. I can hear the growth in you when you're talking about the things that are triggering you and understand it, and then being able to evaluate the situation on the front end to know how to mitigate it before it goes too bad on the back end. So I want
for sure.
shout out for that, man. You can tell that you've been in therapy in some capacity. But you said some of your apprehensiveness was like, I don't want to go talk to this person. They don't know me. I don't want to share my experiences. But once you got in therapy, was it like a relief to feel like, man, I finally found somebody I can talk to that can be unbiased and I can just unload this on?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was one of the best feelings in the world, man. It's like, you ever seen those movies? Like I always watch the mob movies and all that. You know how they go talk to the priest?
Yeah.
In the little booth?
Yeah.
That's how I feel, but without that setting. It's just like you're confessing everything. You're talking about your sins. You're talking about the girl heart that you broke. You're talking about the money that you lost. Like you could really just open up and not be judged, because when you're telling your hardships to one of your family members or your peers, they're going to judge you quicker. They're going to be like, hold up, what was you doing? What was you? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be on your head. But when you go talk to a therapist, it's going to be like, okay, well, what did you do before you did that? They're going to really, you know what I'm saying? They're going to really talk to you like they really care, you know what I'm saying? Not just be judging you, man. But therapy has helped me.
Here's the thing, and because, we do a lot of therapy in my organization. And one thing we always have to remind people that, you can't talk to your friends, right? If you
that's where you go wrong.
You got diagnosed with heart disease, are you going to talk to your friend about treatment modalities and what you should do? No, you're going to go talk to a cardiologist. So your friends don't have that formal background and training to be able to help process, provide active listening, and help develop interventions and resources for you the same way a therapist would, and they're unbiased. So I really want people to get that's watching this and that, is listening to you, that therapy is key. It's not just, it's just not just work. It's not just, hey, where I come to be vulnerable, but this is a place where you have the ability to be with a licensed professional where you can just let it go and know not only are they listening, but they're going to give you back tips that help you along this process.
Yeah, for sure.
So like you said, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you seem like, man, you've come a long way, and you still probably have a long way to go. We all know that. But for people that are apprehensive about getting into therapy themselves, who are dealing with this stigma in our community about speaking and talking with somebody and working with someone through mental health, what would you leave with us to say to them to help get them engaged in the process, or just to shine a light on what your experience has been and why they should take it serious?
I just like to say this. These are like two of my favorite things that I say every day constantly, to deal with my, mental health. I always say this. Well, three things. Breathing is a privilege. That's number one. Number 2, every day above ground is a good day. Number 3, we can't appreciate the sunny days if we don't have a few rainy ones. So with that being said, I always just repeat that to myself just to, put that in the air just so I can really live by that. So with those 3 things, I just say that constantly. And I always write in my journal or write in my phone, just to put my thoughts down on paper, no matter how bright or dark they are. Because when you writing stuff down or you thinking stuff, when you're thinking about stuff, and you don't write it down, you're eventually going to forget whether it's a great idea, because a lot of people have a lot of great ideas, but they don't have time to apply them. They don't have time to put them down and write them down and see what it really do. You know what I'm saying? So when you're thinking about stuff, just write it down, no matter what it is. If it's good, whether it's goals or if you want to slap your boyfriend, whatever, just write it down so you can know that you was thinking about that one day. And you could look back on it and be like, hold on, I was tripping.
Journaling is a very effective intervention that allows you to get it out in a way where you can you don't have to care about who hears what, or this is not held against you. So
exactly.
It also allows, like you said, it allows you to go back and be able to reflect, understand how you got to that point, and understand what that does to you, how to manage it, or how to just maneuver in whatever way going forward. So journaling is a big one. Anything else you want to leave with anybody for Mental Health Awareness Month? I know I cut you off when you were about to let it go.
Oh, no, you good, man. I just want to say, man, it's been my pleasure. I love everybody out there, man. We all the same. We all going through constant battles, different struggles, man. I'm praying for everybody. I hope everybody's family is okay during this COVID-19 crisis, man. One love from Gata and Lil Dicky. Much love. Season 2 on the way, man.
You got some sneak peek for us for season 2? You gonna fill us in what's happening?
I can't, man. I got lawyers on my ass.
Well, bro, thank you for being here with us, man. Much success on season 2, but much success on your personal growth and journey, bro. Like I said, your acting skills, you couldn't tell that you were not an actor before this. So,
woo, man, I'm about to go, man, drink me some cold water.
You're natural and a talent. Keep investing in yourself. Keep pushing. Keep putting your mental health first, man. I haven't known you, but for the length of this video, but I can already see the growth in what you told from where I saw the depiction of it on TV, and then from the story you're telling to now where you are, bro. And I just want out. And if you continue to maintain that mental health and just that daily preparation and engaging in therapy and stuff like that, man, your career is going to continue to take off, bro. So continue to do that. Thank you for using your platform to shine light on mental health, and so that the little boys sitting at home dealing with the same thing, or the little girls dealing with the same thing, don't have to feel like they have to deal with it alone and be embarrassed by it. So thank you.
Much love, man. Appreciate you, man.
Next time we're in Baltimore, man, we have to link up and we can host an event like this in person when outside open back up.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'd love to come out there, man. Maryland, all that. We got to turn up, bro. We got to spread the knowledge, man. We got to give back to our people, and we got to make sure we always keep our people enlightened, man, and give out good information, man. That's all I want to do, just give out good info.
All right, cool, man.